Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. How you doing? Good? Okay, let's jump into it. We got a lot to cover. So iGenius, which sounds like a Will Smith movie, but it is not. It is a multi-level marketing company that is, in my opinion, a straight up pyramid scheme and a scam, and they are the worst. Absolutely the worst. They had an event 2 weekends, last weekend, but by the time you're watching this, maybe 2 weekends ago, I don't know. They had an event in Miami over July 4th weekend, and guess who snuck into it? Me. I sure did. So I have footage from the weekend and pictures and things like that. Can y'all believe I didn't get kicked out? Pretty crazy. Now, before we get into the culty, crazy, ridiculous footage that we're about to go over from this event that they held, let's go ahead and hear from today's sponsor. Yeah. A greeting for any time of day. Baby, that's hola. You say this when you are leaving. That's adios. I know that. Oh my gosh, my little boat's going. Oh no, I'm sinking. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. I was just playing my game on Babbel. You know, the #1 language learning app. Come on, you know. Sometimes you just got to switch it up and learn a different way. They also have live sessions, podcasts, videos, a bunch of different ways to learn. One thing I love about Babbel is that not only the games, because my little boat sank. However, I love that it does have the situation-focused type sessions. So you can pick meet and greet or family and friends or food, travel. Speaking of travel, it's summer. I'm sweating and basically melting. So let's say I want to go somewhere a little bit not so sweaty. And that would be basically anywhere other than Florida. So let's say that Tony and I want to go to France, which summer in Paris, count me in. I would absolutely love that. And before we go, of course, I would want to know some basic phrases to be able to, ask where the bathroom is and try to be able to hold a conversation with people. Typically, that means a lot to people when you are traveling, knowing that tourists and people who don't live there, who don't really speak the language, are actually making an effort to immerse themselves in your culture. That was at least my experience anytime I've traveled anywhere. And I'm quite well traveled. I got them stamps. Okay, I got stamps on stamps in my passports. Babbel also has speech recognition to help you with your pronunciation and your accent, which is obviously very important when you're trying to speak another language. And then also they do have a 20-day money-back guarantee. So whether you want to tell people to metente picante or por favor suscríbete, or maybe you want to just be able to hold a conversation with your in-law, Babbel is a great and fun way to learn. And you can click the link below in my description box for 65% off your subscription. Or let's say you're watching me on your TV, as many of you do. You can just go ahead and, scan this QR code, science, right? Gracias y continuemos. I'm getting good. Yay. Okay, back to the video. All right, now in all seriousness, I personally did not go, but what happened was one of you beautiful subscribers, who I will, for her safety, not put her on blast, but one of you was kind enough to message me like 2 days before, 3 days before, and tell me that you got bamboozled. Now, this subscriber has actually gained over like 70,000 followers on TikTok, and if she does give me permission, I will go ahead and like put her her Instagram and all that stuff down below. She had some brands reaching out to her, some companies wanting to work with her, and when you aren't expecting that to happen, it can be kind of shocking, and it is a learning curve. Someone messaged her and was like, hey, I've been, loving your stuff, blah, 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 blah. A group I'm with or something like that is hosting this influencer event in Miami on this day and this day, and we'll teach you how to do blah, 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 blah. This was not an influencer event. This was a entire presentation about network marketing. And then they had like a white party afterwards, which we'll talk about their yacht party. But the yacht party thing was the kind of like I don't want to say the catalyst, but like the main point of like their pitch for this party. All right, so this first one says, hey girl, literally, hey girl, how bad is that? I was on your live yesterday talking about the yacht event. Oh, yikes. It's going to be a crypto, NFTs, and social media event on an all-inclusive yacht. So for a lot of influencers that want to monetize their social media and get paid, learn to invest and just grow their network, here is the details. That's so much just like right off the bat. And so then she sent her the thing for it. And then our girl said, I'd love to go, but I don't own a yacht. See, this is one of the things I'm talking about where they like don't explain. See, that's why you can't just info dump. People aren't gonna like comprehend what you're saying. She said, okay. The link for the tickets and details is above. If you have any friends you want to bring as well, then definitely do that. And she said, so I'm just curious on what they mean by team building. What type of event is this? So I think what she did was she clicked the link and it was like I guess like teaching them how to build or whatever. I don't know. Weird. So then we have some voice notes to listen to. Are y'all ready? I'm very much not so ready.
So there's 2 days to the event. The first day is going to be talking about entrepreneurship, online businesses for people that are interested in building their own businesses, or they want to learn how to monetize their social media and get paid through social media. That's day 1. And then, I don't know why it cut me. Oh my God, it kept cutting me off. As I was saying, day 2 is going to be the yacht event. Awesome. See you there. Make sure you send me a screenshot of your ticket so I can add you to the group. And it's an all-white themed yacht party for day 2, so bring out your finest white fit.
I don't think y'all understand how just much of a lie what she just told her was. And I don't want to give it away just yet. I want you to see it and then we'll discuss it after. But none of what she just said in regards to what's going to be offered, what's going to happen, none of that happened. Not even close. None of that happened. So let's go ahead and let's sneak into the iGenius Summer Symposium 2022 event. Excited.
Gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run my video back one more time. We're gonna run my video back. You guys are not about to botch my intro. Let's run it back again. I'm coming up stage. Y'all sit down. Hey, I'm not afraid of y'all, just so you know. Introducing first. Look at the person next to you real quick. Let them know they're in the right spot at the right time. Let them know real quick. Now here's the other deal. My training's gonna be quick, but you're gonna understand it.
Okay, so with what they're going into, they had out their phones, are so excited. I have been told by multiple sources, I am not stating this is the truth, like about like half of the people in this ballroom is what it is, and in the ballroom, were not in iGenius. Keep that in mind as you watch the rest of this video, because you're going to be sitting there going, what? Like, what is happening? And also keep in mind, I don't want this video to get demonetized, which it's sponsored anyway, so it didn't really matter. I'm going to have to change music for copyright reasons, but it's all like music that would get you hyped, right? It's very, very common, very popular music. You would think that they are going into like a concert or like a meet and greet, kind of actually like both, right? Like for someone famous, you would think that that emoji on that screen that you saw bobbing a little bit, does a famous person do their entrance twice because the first time they didn't think that the crowd got hyped enough?
What you need to succeed in this business is something called standards. Y'all say standards with me. Standards. You gotta have standards. Standards. Woo. Standards.
The only reason you make money there is because you have standards. No, it's because you recruit people and because that is a stacking model. So again, keep in mind, She mentioned nothing about the business, nothing about recruiting, nothing about anything that he's saying. And this is supposed to be about monetizing your social media.
Now, let me ask you a question, ladies. Men, shut up. Ladies, what are some things we won't tolerate in relationships? Talk to me. Cheating.
No lying.
Disrespect. What else? If there's certain people you would never date, never be in a relationship with, because they do not have your standards, your quality, your integrity, you have to bring that to the business too. A lot of people do not bring the same integrity to the business. I have the same standard in this business. That's the only reason I make money here. I take it as serious. Any of you guys married to the game? Yeah. Maybe iGenius is your side girl, side man. I'm not mad. There's no shame in your game. But you have to understand something. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. So you guys are understanding. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys, and that's all it is. I don't want you guys ever to feel like the ranks in this company determine your worth, because they don't. Now, if you guys are building, would you agree with me when I say, I know some executives that can present better than some platinum ambassadors. I know some people that make $500 a month that are the best presenters in this room. I kid you not. Rank does not determine leadership at all. Today, we're putting some examples on this stage. With the examples on this stage, all I want you to do is be open-minded and hear out their techniques. Hear out their concepts. Is that okay?
Yes.
So the first group.
It's just weird that like they made it seem like iGenius was just like the sponsor, but instead like this, like they talk to people as if they already know all about iGenius and what it is and multi-level marketing and like everything. And it's just like, do y'all realize who you're pitching to? Because you're not doing very good.
That I want to bring up on this stage is a leadership panel. And this leadership panel produced the ticket sales, produced the volume, set the example in the field, and today they're going to shine. The only reason they're shining here is because they did the work in the dark. So, I don't know if we have some music for them, I don't know what we're going to do for them, but I need y'all to make some noise, okay? So you guys make some noise for my leadership.
I'm 23 years old. I'm from Montreal, Canada. The reason why I'm here today is because I understand how powerful events can be for yourself. Not only for the team and the impact it can have for your life. So the best thing you can do is go to events. You're new, go to an event. You're old, go to an event. You're not even in the business yet, go to an event. So yeah.
Hi guys, hello, my name is Sophia. I'm 20 years old, I'm also from Montreal, and why am I here?
Her advice for anyone is to go to events, not to recruit people, not to actually work on overcoming objections or, I don't know, product knowledge. It's to go to events. We've talked about this so many times. Y'all know. Why do they want you to go to events? It's because if you're already in it, you going will keep you in. If you're having any doubts, it gets you excited, it reinvigorates you, it re-brainwashes you to stay in, to just be filled with hope again and just push logic out the window.
Where else would I be? Like, what is this question? CC events, iGenius events, we're all... Hello? Okay, it works. Because this is the best way to really learn yourself around people doing the same thing.
Let's see if this works better. This is, guys, events, this is what creates success stories. This is what gets you into momentum. All the background work that you're working at home, all of your stories and posting and demos and reach out, this is background work. But events, they launch you. They really get you into that big momentum. And that is why we're all here. And let's take the biggest advantage of these events and everything because you're going to learn here.
Okay, so again, she just said the same thing. Events are what launch you. They're what get you into that momentum. How, if mostly all of the people typically at events work for the company, and how all these people are speaking are as if everyone there, or rather the majority of people, are in the company already. Why would that do you any good to go to an event?
Before I start, y'all look good. Leader, but you will not see a top leader down here. That's what I'm
here. Doctors, engineers, lawyers, and anything other than that, it's either those three options or a family disgrace. I chose to be a family disgrace.
Someone just hollered, yeah, give it up for all the disgraces. I like pray that was someone that was self-aware and like realized, oh shit, I got like scammed into this. Like, this is a scam. My girl was telling me that a lot of the like influencers that went, she first of all sent them like my videos and stuff, but then also like she was talking with them and a lot of them felt bamboozled, and she did as well. But then she was like, I've already like bought the ticket, whatever. And I was like, girl, yes, go. Please film it.
And showing them proving to everyone is there to cheer you on when you do follow the norms, but they're not there to cheer you on when you go opposite and try to prove them otherwise. Entrepreneurship is something that no one talks about in school, no one talks about it in families unless your parents.
It's funny that they're saying entrepreneurship is something that nobody talks about in school. You can take finance classes, you can take business courses, you can take, not bookkeeping, but you can major in accounting and marketing. So yes, aspects of entrepreneurship are taught in multiple different ways. But then also there's just business classes you can take. Like, no one teaches you this. They don't teach you how to do this. And it's like, yeah, maybe not in high school because you're a literal child and it sucks. Yeah, we should. Absolutely. Like, I wish when I was in high school, my economics class would have focused on that, but.
No one talks about it in families unless your parents are entrepreneurs.
Wouldn't do something, right? You don't need.
Okay, how rude was it that those people were standing up like the entire time? Like, now I'm pretty sure everyone's standing up. Why were you standing up the whole time? Sit down. You're blocking that's just rude. You're blocking the view. And plus, like, during a panel, why? It's like, go to the side. Don't just stand up in your seat, you rude a-hole.
To explain this, like, honestly, guys, if you need to brag, if you feel like you're bragging when you talk about your goals, switch up your circle. Switch up your circle, guys. It's not easy. I know.
If you feel like you're bragging when you talk about your goals, switch up your circle. That doesn't make sense. Why would you feel like you're bragging by discussing a goal, which is something that has not happened yet? You can't brag about something that hasn't happened. Like, what? Again, though, this comes into the narrative. I know I keep saying narrative. I'm not sorry about it. If they can say mindset all the time, I can say narrative all the time. It factors into that where they try to say that if your friends aren't millionaires, can't hang out with them. If they don't have goals, can't hang out with them. If they're making plans on the weekend instead of making goals, you can't hang out with them. Like, find different friends. If your friends aren't planning to be a millionaire, can't hang out with them. Like, what? That's so unhealthy. And again, so transactional, and it's gross. Do any of these people have real friends?
I lost so many friends. My family literally laughed at me. And when I quit my, they're like, Sabrina, you must be crazy. I was like, I guess I am. But, so you have to understand, it's not going to be, it's not easy because,
Why would your job make you lose friends? Why would you doing your job make you lose friends? It's probably because it's unethical and it's most likely changed you. Probably what it is. Absolutely.
Sometimes you're going to be tired. You're not going to feel like it. You got to go back home and people are going to give you shit. Or you're going to have to lock yourself in your room to do it. Well, guess what? Lock yourself in your room. Go to a Starbucks. Do whatever you have to do to work on what you want to do in this life. Because remember, this is your vision. This is your purpose, not nobody else's. So go out there and do what it is that you want to do regardless of the opinion of others, of your friends, or your family. It's not easy, but it's worth it to get to where you want to go.
Why iGenius?
Lock yourself in your room. That's what she said. Doesn't matter if you lose family, if people make fun of you, if people are saying you're in a cult. Doesn't matter if you are in a cult. Yikes.
So I remember you guys, I personally come from another company. I've been in iGenius for almost 7 months, I guess. And I'm just gonna say, like, let's just be real, best products, best complement, best company, best everything. Company, the best thing that we did, the best thing that what we did was to come to iGenius. But the reason why I wanted to join, a financial literacy platform is because, I remember when I used to work 3 jobs, and I used to work full-time in many jobs, and I was always a hard worker. But you know what the problem was? You can make all the money in the world, but if you don't know how to manage your money, if you don't know what to do with the money, you can still stay broke. You know what I mean? So that's why King talks about that a lot on his potential company. People that went bankrupt and with millions, and you know why? Because they don't know how to manage their money.
So here is your profession, guys. How you earn your money is your profession. And later, you build your asset column through your business. We have the same one. In iGenius, we have the opportunity to make money from scratch.
So many so many ahs, so many likes, so much just messiness. It's also weird that she said products because y'all don't have any products. It's a financial literacy platform. Any financial advisor would most likely advise against joining a multi-level marketing company. It's just so ironic that they keep calling it financial literacy. And they're a multi-level marketing company. Like, that is wild. And she said that they moved over there because, the comp plan, because of the product. Again, you don't have a product. But in reality, because they were going under in Monet, and then also, Jasmine had already been in the previous version of this company. And it's because they allow stacking. And the other MLM that they were in, Monet, don't. They don't allow that. That's the only reason y'all moved, is because you could make more money. But guess what? It's a pyramid scheme.
The opportunity to make money from scratch through network marketing, through recommending products that are amazing, and later reinvest that money, and that way you really become wealthy. Plus, I just want to say, and this is again for everybody that's hearing, you guys know that there are like 7, 8 MLM companies that are publicly traded, and we are one of them. So please shout out to our corporate team, because that's insane. Our product and corporate is really what I stick to this company, because I know the grass is not greener anywhere else.
I spilt sweet tea on my shirt, so I had to put on a hoodie. I'm not trying to have y'all see me all messy, because I'm not messy like this event. And yes, you heard her right. She said you make money from scratch. And then she also said that you make money in network marketing by promoting product, when we all know that that's not the truth.
Wow, those brights are damn light, I'm telling you. What I have to these young people. What a huge responsibility. And so this is what I want to say to you before I get started, okay? Is that I understand.
Where all these guys on iGenius think they are Drake. So cringy. But this guy that just said, wow, those brights are damn light. I want to hear what this guy's got to say. And that could have been a bit that he did, but it's just super cheesy. Like, you're like the corny uncle that always thinks he has to repeat the joke because he thinks no one heard him because no one laughed. No, Uncle Gary, you're just not funny. We all heard you and no one laughed. That's this guy. His name's Barry something. I already forgot, or Larry something. He's got an uncle name. He's probably someone's uncle. Not mine though. It seems like this guy also, from looking through his social media, has been in this company back when it was a different company, when it was called Cuvera. We should talk about the CEO of that company. Oh, or Wealth, is it that one or Wealth Generators? Because it was Wealth Generators, then it was Cuvera, and now it's iGenius. One of the CEOs of one of those is currently on the run. Yeah. He's hiding out in the Bahamas. He's on the lam. Literally a fugitive running from the law due to fraud. So, seems like a great company to join. And they can say all day, oh no, it's a different company now. It's the same company.
What I want to say to you before I get started, okay, is that I understand. I get it. Hours you spent actually showing the plan. And that's how many hours you worked last month. That'll wake you up, won't it? Huh? Right?
Right.
First thing you always repeat what I say, right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right? Right? Now and every time you hear that word, you say it, okay? Just makes me happy. One of the few things I ask for, okay? Okay, so the results come out, and what do those results look like? 1, 2, 3. One person, I did recruit 500. I did recruit 500. I just got to be smart enough to figure that out.
Why is he yelling at people? Like, why do I feel like I'm grounded or I didn't say sir or ma'am after answering a yes or no question? Are you going to take away my computer privileges, sir? Like, what's going on? Also, having the audience like answer questions, saying right, yeah, okay, saying those, getting them to like agree to you is a sales tactic. It is called conditioning. And we could say a manipulation tactic as well. Let's just say a sales tactic. I don't want to be like everything's manipulation, because it's not.
So I'm going to teach you this. Because social media is easy to recruit people, just throw people in the system, the staying power is not very good though, right guys? It's much better if you know somebody, you're a friend, you're a business with them, it's a personal relationship. But here's where it is. When you recruit somebody, doesn't matter who they are. Doesn't matter who they are. They know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. It's Anthony Napolitano. Anthony Napolitano was 5 or 6 levels down from me when we started. And now Anthony is direct to me because the other idiots quit. Can you imagine how stupid those people feel right now? What? I want 200 people that have somebody interested, right? So you got to get their name list. You got to help them go through the numbers. You know what the hardest thing to do is? Work somebody's natural market with them. That's just like show the plan on your own, only now you're doing it and it's in the building compounding capacity. You understand the difference?
What do you think? I agree. He just heard me eating cashews, so he just popped up real fast. Now, I believe this was the person who told them to not use social media to recruit people. But again, a good amount of the people that they invited are influencers. So it's like Grandpa, go home. You don't understand how any of this works. Like, please stop. Good God. However, this guy has like some credibility or notoriety in this company because he's so high up. With this type of model, when stacking is allowed, if you have one person under you who is amazing, then you're set. It really does not matter. He's at like the top of the company. How? Right? It's because he doesn't have to recruit anyone anymore. It's crazy. Yeah, so he said that, and then he also just said like the most Amway thing ever of the friends list or the hundreds list. Are we still doing that in network marketing? Are we still writing a list of 100 people that we know? So not only think about it, if you had to write down just a list of 100 names, who are the first people that you're going to put on there? Your spouse, your significant other, your parents, your siblings' significant others, your grandparents, your close friends, your coworkers, your cousins. Like, so you're going to go through every single person you know. Like, you're going to try to have them spend money so that you can make money and rank up. Just completely obliterating your social circle.
Wow, Australia. I heard everything comes from Australia. Sharks, snakes, jellyfish, is that true? So how many hours did you travel? 23 hours. Give it up.
It's crazy because...
So that was, I don't know if that was someone who is already in the company, is an influencer. I hope that it's someone in the company and not someone who was misled to be there. But I think what he had done is said who traveled the farthest to get here. It was the person from Australia who it took a full travel day for her to be there. How much money did she lose with that flight? International flights are expensive, especially when it's across the world, especially when that's not a direct flight. No, you got to go like 3 other places before you get to Miami. That's crazy. And why? I can't. I really can't. The girl, if they got you to come because of the yacht party, I don't want to break the news to her. It's bad.
Does that sound good? No. It needs to sound good. Because Kane drove all the way down here in 18 hours, right? 16 hours?
I come from Australia.
Yeah, he's the only guy that drove a Range Rover all the way down here from Canada. We need you guys.
Canada's not in Europe either.
We need you guys to let loose right here. This event can change your life if you let it. I'm telling you guys, if you dive in today, you let everything go away, today can change your life. I'm being so real right now.
Are you being real? Or do you want them to join so that you make more money and so that you can maintain where you are? Always look at motive, y'all. Always look at motive.
It changed my life completely. I would not be here today if this business was here because it literally forced me to become a better version of myself. Literally. Jada, let's run it. When this beat drops!
Oh, we're having a party? You should have told me. You didn't tell me what's going on.
Oh yeah, we started a party.
What's going on? We're having a party?
Yeah, we're having a party. When this beat drops, I need you guys to scream! Let's go!
They really matched your energy there, buddy. I am not making this look worse than it is. It's just that bad. Like, you're trying so hard to, like, hype people up. Like, what is this? What are you doing? Like, they don't sing this. There's no one that, like, comes out and, like, performs the song. Like, you would think that that's what's about to happen. But they don't. They're just, like, jumping around and stuff. Okay, so the beat just dropped, if you couldn't tell by the bouncing. None of this is natural, it's all a facade. But if we were to look at that footage with that camera guy, it probably looks so cool, like so hyped and like so insane. And oh my gosh, like everyone's so into it. And he says, this is it. This is the moment right now. If you jump in, is this the moment? Because I don't think this is the moment you thought it was gonna be, buddy.
Stop it, Mr. Jack!
That was the CEO of the company, Chad, moving his hips a little bit too much on the stage. Also, it's so weird that it's just like corporate staff. Of what company? Of who? Why? It's a company event that y'all just invited non-employees to. Like, that's so weird. That is such a weird concept. It's clearly all about recruiting, which we already knew, but that's such a weird, that's weird.
I haven't had such a good introduction in a...
Everyone else had like normal, like handheld mics. This man, this true Chad, has a fucking early 2000s boy band, like headset mic. Oops, I Did It Again, headset mic. Dirty Pop, Justin Timberlake, CCsuarez. Sick and tired of hearing all these people talk about what's the deal with this crypto life. He's even dressed like he's in a boy band. Sir, aren't you like 40?
I can't go over... I gotta stay right here? Oh boy, this is gonna be cheap. Time. What is it that these people that are gonna be on this call Sunday afternoon, taking time out of their day, what is it that they need to hear from me? And I'm gonna get a little bit real with y'all. I'm gonna go a little bit even, maybe deeper than what you wanna go. You guys just had this moment with Nick where we had like good music and a drop and jumping around and hype and excitement. I loved it. It got me excited to be here.
What do you know? His mic didn't work either. Is that where WFAB has learned about the importance of audio? Because clearly the entire company does not care about it.
But this will be a little bit of a departure from some of that and be a little bit more maybe, hopefully emotional, if you will. But I got thinking, what do these people need to know? And look, I'm not here to preach or to be a guy that's trying to, influence my beliefs on anybody else. But what I thought of that day was, I think that every single person on that call needs to know that they are a creation of God. And again, if you don't believe in God, that's okay, go with me. You're a creation of something, you're here for a purpose. It wasn't just an accident that your existence that you exist. And so I thought about that, and I thought, look, I'm not trying to come up here and preach, like I said, but you're a creation of God. And as such, you have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to become the very best version of ourselves. We have a duty and an obligation to continuously better ourselves and improve the distribution method. Am I right?
Yes. The first day is almost over. The first day is almost over. And to my knowledge, that was the first time that any of them actually said anything about network marketing. Maybe the uncle, our collectively our uncle. That's who he is. Also, was his name Barry? Tom? Ron. I think it was Ron. Thought it was Barry. Whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. But remember his last name was something fun, like Schnozberry. Ron Schnozberry, there we go. So it's almost the end of the first day. And I even asked, at the end of that first day, did they talk about social media? Did they talk about being an influencer? Did they talk about anything other than just like vague hustle, mindset, attitude type shit, and then only network marketing? Did they mention any of that? Did they mention what was promised to you? And she's like, no, not at all. And guess what? Not to ruin it for you, I'm really sorry. Spoiler alert. They didn't do it the second day either.
People talk a lot about network marketing, right? And let me tell you something. If I'm being real, a lot of it's justified because there's a lot of shady people and there's people doing things that they shouldn't be doing, right? A lot of people over-promising and doing all that kind of stuff. So I understand where some of it comes from. I have a belief, I have a vision that our company, our distributors, our team, our family, our community will rise above all of that stuff. And that we...
How are you going to mention us in your pitch? There are a lot of shady people and, people overpromise, so I understand where that criticism comes from. Yeah. Sir, did you not just hear everyone who has opened their mouth so far, like at this, like you're here the whole time, you know exactly what happened.
Doing all that kind of stuff. So I understand where some of it comes from. I have a belief, I have a vision that our company, our distributors, our team, our family, our community will rise above all of that stuff.
So they think that they're going to rise up over that stuff? Maybe we ain't stuff. You think you're going to rise over people pointing out that this is a scam? You thought that the last 2 times that y'all completely rebranded and changed the company. You're not going to rise above. You're probably just going to rebrand, and that's it.
And that we will create the most elite distribution network that has ever existed. We have taken major strides just over the past 6-7 months. I was having a conversation with Lily around hate of a certain group of people. Like, imagine, right? This is crazy. I'm honestly fascinated by it. That these people have such little purpose in life. They have such little self-belief that rather than going out and trying to make themselves better, rather than applauding and having a spirit of abundance.
The CEO, the head of this multi-level marketing company, the head of this pyramid scheme, we know he's talking about people who make my type of content. He's once said that he can't imagine being so hateful and hating a specific type of person, a specific group of people. Is he comparing working for a network marketing company to being a person of color or someone in the alphabet mafia? Or it's taking everything in me to even say it. And it's gross. I'm not claiming that he said this, but from what he was just saying, how he phrased it, it sounds like he was drawing parallels to people who do not like multi-level marketing companies and the industry as a whole. That he's comparing that to someone being a bigot. Sir, no. And then also, just hating someone for that. I don't hate any of these people. I don't know them. I've now started to say it in a lot more of my videos. I want to get across the point that, and work on the criticism of, oh, well, she's a mean girl. She, focuses on the distributor, not the company. Yeah, the company sucks too, but the distributor is the one that is actively trying to recruit you and lying to you and being culty. Everyone needs to be held accountable. But again, I don't know any of these people. I don't want to know them. I don't care about them. I want them to do well. in life, but I don't know them. I got no skin in that game, babe. Like, I don't know them, don't want to, no thank you. It's because it's not about them. It's not about them. It's about using that as an example and exposing a scam and causing awareness, consumer awareness. And then he just said that people that don't have, I'm not going to internalize it, but people who speak out against this are, what'd they say, petty, bitter, sad. They don't want to better themselves. They, spend all day doing this and that. Sir, this is my job. Like, yeah, there are people who haven't been able to monetize their content yet, but this is my job. And listen, even if it wasn't my job, I would still be putting y'all on blast and probably making fun of you.
And enjoying the success of others, they're so petty. They're such weak individuals. They are so resistant to improvement and exposing themselves to, making themselves vulnerable, that rather than try to plug in and make things happen for themselves, they've created a community that literally is just to tear others down, right? That's what they do.
Just to tear others down. No, consumer awareness and consumer protection. Good try, though. And also, instead of plugging in and making things work for themselves, this is a very popular genre. This is growing super fast. Anti-scam content is arguably the next true crime. So Chad, I mean this with peace and love, but suck my ass, okay? With your shitty haircut and your peanut-shaped head, looking like a Wish.com version of a Backstreet Boy.
That's what they do. And it's out there. If you don't know it, it's out there. And it makes its way into conversations.
Thanks, Chad. Send them over. Send them over. And then they will realize, oh dear God, what have I done? What have I gotten myself into?
And what it does is it creates this negative stigma with MLM.
It creates a negative stigma with MLM. I don't think y'all understand how important this is. The CEO of one of the most scammy, unethical, and unfortunately most prevalent and deceptive multi-level marketing companies currently just stood on a stage in front of so many people and just served me up on a silver platter. That is amazing. And then just admitted that this type of content pushes forth that negative stigma in regards to multi-level marketing. That is my goal. So thank you, Chad. Thank you so much for just telling me I'm doing a good job. I really appreciate it.
And I said, it used to bother me. I come from a background, I ran a software company for a while. I have friends in the private equity arena. And when I tell them that I help run a company, financial education with a network marketing distribution model, they do like that double take. Like, what? Like, did you run like a very successful software company for a while? Like, what, you doing MLM? Because there's this negative stigma. And I remember it used to bother me.
Yeah, sir, you're the CEO. That's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than being like the reaction to you being a distributor.
I feel frustrated by that. And as we were talking last night, I told those individuals, very cool, very, very motivated, inspiring individuals, I said it doesn't bother me anymore. Because I now know our purpose. I have a vision that is so much bigger than I had 6 months ago. I have a vision that's so much bigger than my vision was 6 years ago when I joined InvestView and iGenius and this whole thing. I now know the impact that this platform can have on individuals.
I feel like you're missing a lot between number 3 and 4. I think you're missing something between basically buying and then making a profit.
5 people this whole week. Oh, well, I only got 100 followers. What does that mean? I literally have maybe 4 people that I personally know from my childhood before all this stuff in my organization, and one was at 1,400 people. Woo! There's no excuse. There's really no excuse. They became my family just off of...
It's no excuse to have a small following or to not have many friends. But you only need to know like 5 people. Because if you recruit people who then will keep recruiting people, then you will recruit all the people. It doesn't matter about your personal like sales, your effort, basically. I mean, yes, effort, it takes a lot, but your success is based on your downline and how many people are in it, not you. And now we have I'm Bosley's Boink Buddy.
Check. Y'all good?
Point, I'm gonna have 2 stories. One from the past, one from the present.
Say I if you're with me. I. Good. So here's the game plan. Oh, I can't talk about it. Next slide, please. Next slide. So the most powerful factor in an organization's culture is the way it's captivated over time. And it's done through 3 separate.
When it comes to public speaking, he does do a good job, I think at least, of like commanding, I don't want to say commanding the room, but sounding like he's saying something important. Like his cadence is good. His like crowd work, I guess, is okay. He'll say like funny things here and there. He's able to, I guess, like improvise if he needs to, which is good. However, it doesn't matter how, in this context, it doesn't matter how you say it. It's what you're saying. And all of these people are saying the most vague BS that doesn't make sense when it is applied to doing what they do and to what they're selling and what this whole thing's about. So he says here, the most powerful factor in an organization's culture is the way it's captivated over time. The way it's captivated over time. The most important factor in an organization's culture. Okay, so the most important thing about iGenius's culture is the way it's captivated over time. What? Captivated means like getting the attention of, getting someone interested. So what he's saying doesn't really make sense, or am I just, did I take too much of a gummy? Like it doesn't make sense to me.
Things, write these down. Number 1, behavior. It's called the BSS system, right?
Write these down. Who brought a pen and paper? Like, sir, no.
Behavior's number 1. Number 2 is symbols. Number 3 is system. What's number 1? Behavior. Number 2? Symbols. I heard systems. What's number 2? Symbols. Y'all can't read that? I'm just joking. What's number 3? System.
The BS systems. The BS systems. Did you mean to do that? Behavior, symbols, and systems. It sounds like he's just describing a cult, but let's just give him a chance.
Very good. So it's called the BSS system, not your BSS, not the thing you tell your outline. This is the real system. So listen to this. Next slide. I'm going to talk about somebody I've been a little bit extra obsessed with in the past couple months, right? His name is Khalid al-Walid. Khalid al-Walid was, you can look this up. He's one of the 3 greatest warriors of all time till today. This guy, listen to this. This is crazy. Over and.
He really does fit like most characteristics of a cult leader. Also, allegedly, this man is boning everybody. Which, hey, if everyone's consenting, go for it. Absolutely get it in. But with the people you work with, that's not good.
And you're gonna keep doing it over and over again in the chat. To a one point, watch this. To a one point, you have other people doing it even if you're not around. Media stuff. So my people must be like, since when do you drink? Actually, I don't. So I had a good friend of mine. He's like, bro.
Symbols. What's symbolic about your business? What's important to you? What's not important? People are not impressed by your rank. They're impressed by the value you bring. You know who's also not impressed by your rank? People who aren't in the company, like the influencers and other people that y'all invited to this event. Also, anyone in the outside world. No one cares because it's irrelevant and it's not a transferable anything. You can't put that on a resume.
Actually, I don't. So I had a good friend of mine. He's like, bro, are you okay? Did they brainwash you? So I had to kind of take that into consideration. I'm like, wow, that's not my culture. So here's what I did, right? I'm like, hey, I love what y'all doing, and I'm gonna keep repping your team. At that point, we had a team called T-Nerd. Like T-Nerd. Anyway, but I'm gonna have a small hashtag after the team. So it's T-Net hashtag AT.
Notice how he was talking about how they had like a team previously that wasn't the team he has now. Why is that? Could it be because it wasn't with this actual company? Could it be because it was with the other company that they were with, which is still iGenius, just under a different name? And doesn't a scam by any other name put you into debt more? I think Shakespeare said that.
Now, what does 18 mean?
Okay. Done. It's
Is it
done.
9? What time is the opportunity tomorrow? 10.
10 o'clock, tomorrow the opportunity, you're doing the op, and y'all know how Katie's gonna speak it. It's gonna be good, right? I challenge you, one person, that's it. One person, bring tomorrow, because you are a what?
Winner!
Because you're what?
A winner!
Because you're what?
A winner! He ended his presentation with, "You got this, I believe in you," heart emoji. And then he is saying, like, he doesn't know what the itinerary is. People in the audience are yelling at him and answering questions for him that he doesn't know the answer to. And then also he's like, "Oh, when's the something tomorrow? When's this? Oh, okay, it's at 10 a.m. tomorrow. You're doing the op, you're doing the opportunity, so they're going to pitch it the next day." What have they been doing this entire time? Nothing. Like, what have you learned so far? Nothing. Now just wait, because it gets worse.
Thank you, guys. I think the most fulfilling thing is knowing that you have two leaders that are at the same rank as you. I think that it's pretty cool. It's a boss team to have two leaders at the same rank as you. Like,
Why is Jasmine out of breath?
that to me is the most fulfilling thing, and I don't care. I cannot wait to see these two girls up here because I'm team made. Team made, baby. WFAB! Thank you, ladies!
I love it. Y'all make some noise, man. Y'all make some.
But I want to say something.
It is really funny that she just said she's team made. Yeah, no shit. That's how a multi-level marketing company works. She was meeting two people on her team are at the same rank as her. That's wonderful. But also it's not, because it's a pyramid scheme.
That I didn't get the chance to say this morning. If you're going to do this business, go all in. Listen, I'm going to tell you, a lot of people want to have what Kane has, what Rakan has. Everybody want to have what successful people have. Not everybody's willing to do what they did to get there. So are you willing to do what it requires to get there? Or just want
It sounds like no one is listening to her. It sounds like everyone is just talking over her.
to look cute on social media saying you're an entrepreneur? Okay? So I just want to say, don't just talk the talk. Walk the walk, and that's when you're going to start seeing results. I'm nobody special. So if I was able to do it, so can all of you. But it starts with you showing up, doing the work, start, making excuses for yourself, and show up every single day.
But all you're doing is recruiting people to do the same thing that you do. Do you want to actually, do something real? Or do you want to just play pretend on social media? Yes, Sabrina, I've been asking y'all that since the beginning of the year. Because that's what you're doing. Y'all are playing business. Look at what you're doing right now. Sabrina, that's not even a microphone. That's a pickle.
It's a privilege. It is a privilege to be a leader. Every single person here, you sitting here right now, coming here, you're a leader. And for your team to look at you as such and to address you as such, it's an honor. Can we all say honor? Honor. It's an honor to be a leader. And when
the audio, you're yelling into the mic, breathing into it so hard. You would think, being individuals that are always on stages and always speaking on stages, you would know how to talk into a mic properly and not just have 70% of the noises coming out of it just breaths. That's not how that works, ma'am. Also, you just coming here, you're a leader. No. Most of the people in that room are victims because you lied to them to get them there.
honor to be a leader. And when you start to take things for granted, you see.
Leadership is not a rank, not an income. It is a privilege. First of all, leadership is none of those things. Leadership is a quality that you can have. It's like a characteristic of somebody. It's not a privilege. What a ding dong. What an absolute dweeb.
And that, to me, showed me and made me understand that it's not about taking impulsive decisions. It's not about doing rash things that don't require any thought. When you know your team, when you know your visions, you know the capabilities, you know your leaders.
You did not just quote Maverick. Don't think, just do. Don't research, just join. Don't look anything up, just join. Don't ask your friends or family. Don't ask anyone for their opinion. Don't get a second opinion. Don't open that other tab. For the love of God, do not search on YouTube. Just join. Just do. Don't think, just do. It's time to attend why we came here. It is time to get on that yacht. that yachty 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 and have just the best time ever. We're so luxurious. We're gonna get on a yacht and I can't wait.
Take it back.
That's not a yacht? What are you talking about? It's a big boat. It's a dinner cruise ship? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's not a yacht. I mean, if we are classifying a yacht as just a big floating vessel, then yeah. But that's not a yacht. We had my prom on one of those. They are all just getting down. But we did one of these for my prom. It was so pretty, and like when we, you know, got away from the dock and it took us out into the bay and we had all these twinkle lights on it and it was so cute. Like we had like a nice dinner first. They did that for us and then we all went upstairs and like we're dancing and stuff and it was so much fun. It like circled around like in the bay for a while. It was really cool. Oh, but they didn't leave the dock. No, they stayed tied up. They didn't leave the dock. It just gets worse and worse and so messy. So let's continue. Also, everyone in this presents themselves as a public figure. They knew they were being recorded by everyone around them, like this entire weekend. Therefore, I am not breaking YouTube's privacy policy guidelines or copyright or anything like that. Yeah, it got real messy. Listen, sometimes you gotta party, I get it. There was one guy with a no shirt on. My sources say that he ripped off his shirt in front of everybody. This is not giving high level. This is not giving high vibrations. This is embarrassing. And now we're right back in for another 12-hour day of learning. Again, like I said, there were no breaks. There was no food provided to them.
I'm white. Perfect. So here's the deal. The world is financially sick. 78% of North Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And what's interesting about it is I believe we live in one of the richest, if not the richest continent on earth, yes or yes? Yes. So why are we living paycheck to paycheck? Is it because we demand a lifestyle we simply can't afford?
Now this thing says the problem. Most of us were not taught how to manage our money. As a result, most people live paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I would just say I wouldn't say it's because people don't manage their money well. I say that plays into it, but I would say that's the cost of living and inflation and the minimum wage being low. And some companies not hiring people because they don't have a degree, when realistically, unless you're doing something like that's like a certified type of thing that you like need, obviously like a doctor, lawyer, whatever, those types of things, you don't need a college degree. No. The American dream is not achieved by a pyramid scheme.
Is it called keeping up with the Joneses? What are we doing on Instagram? Millennials, talk to me. Be honest. What are we really doing on Instagram? Flexing? What does flexing mean? For my slightly more mature crowd. Pretending, showing off. We rather look rich than be rich, right? And that's sort of the norm.
Did y'all just admit that you're lying on social media? When that's how you promote your opportunity and your lifestyle to get people to join your team? Also, it's so cheesy how he just said yes or yes. Those are your only two options. Yes or yes. My God. That's one way, I guess, to control the answers.
Pretending, showing off. We rather look rich than be rich, right? And that's sort of the norm. So if we know 78% of North Americans are financially sick and we know they live paycheck to paycheck, then we really put some numbers behind it. What does the average American earn a year? 40,000 or under, maybe, possibly so. That means you're gonna save $1,000 a year. Who's the problem? Those same people will look at something like this and call it a scam. Scam, you're still confused about money because you're the problem. Think about it.
It's the same pitch that those girls always say. How, like, if you can't afford to join, like, that's the problem. It's like, yeah, no, clearly, but also I don't want to waste money on that. But no, like, that means you have to because you don't have this much money to spare. And it's like, it's not, no, just take no as an answer and leave us alone.
So when I really think about what it is, with a peace of mind, knowing that we give you the right information. Are we cool with that?
Yes.
Cool. So, the next speaker I'm going to bring up, he's a top producer in this. You can go buy equity of this company.
That was the problem, was that people are poor. And the solution is education, research, partnerships, opportunities, and tools. From where? Oh, from iGenius. Americans are poor. The solution is iGenius. What? iGenius helps you solve your money problems. That's a hot take. We teach people how to think differently. I agree with that. Rather than relying on old-fashioned ideas, iGenius helps you live smarter by providing access to cutting-edge financial education, research, tools, partnerships, and opportunities. That is a full-ass paragraph that says nothing other than we can solve all your problems and we're going to brainwash you. That's how I translate it, at least.
So I want you to outwork every speaker for the last 2 days.
What is that absolute monstrosity of a house? That is one of the ugliest houses I've ever seen. Is that the front of it? That can't be the front of it. What is he doing?
Speaker for the last 2 days that came up on the stage. Because that's really how we're going to take this thing to a multi-billion-dollar company. So I got a few slides of back in school. So I stayed in student mode. So be coachable. Next slide. Desire. You're going to have the burning desire even when there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
It's just so funny that they made these slides and it's just like words, hustle, desire, leadership, coachable. It's like, yeah, those are words. Those are words. Can you actually talk about something like valuable? Like, I'm supposed to learn something here. All right, now this is my favorite part. I really liked the yacht party too, but this is probably my favorite part because it's so like magician culty. Like, this man is trying to be David Blaine.
When you look at this word, SAW, if no one can dictate your future except yourself, zone in on those 3 dots. Even when you don't see the word Platinum Ambassador, it's still there. You've got to be able to see the invisible to do the impossible.
Oh yeah. Even when you don't see it, it's still there. I feel like he's about to hold up a blanket and then do that trick that people do in doorways with their dogs. Or just throw a smoke bomb and just walk off stage. Like,
leave today and do nothing. There will be people who leave today and leave. There will be people who leave today and create history. There will always be different types of people. You've just got to choose who you're going to be after this event. Next slide. Our mission as leaders is to sort a deck of cards, 52 cards in a deck, 4 aces, a few jokers. It's the numbers. And you just have to go to the numbers. Just like how you're going through the numbers to show the plan to people, to get them started off, you got to go through the numbers of the people who get started off to find the leaders as well. Next slide. So it's a numbers game. Next slide.
please tell me he's going to start doing card tricks. Please. Is this your card? Is this your card? Is this your card? No, we'd like to leave. Is this your card, though?
Master inviting. There's a lot of YouTube presentations. There's a lot of Zoom presentations.
There are a lot of YouTube presentations. If you type in iGenius on YouTube, like, please, yes, please invite them to go do that, please. our stuff's gonna pop up first. I love that. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm, she petty, and I love it.
Sometimes there's people who physically know how to present, close, get your upline on a 3-way call to validate that this works, train your team by getting them in this environment. Next slide.
Get your upline on a 3-way call so that they can promise to the person you're trying to recruit that it works, because you haven't achieved any type of anything yet, and you most likely won't.
Works. Train your team by getting them in this environment. Next slide.
So it's interesting that it's just like the cycle continues. Again, it's all about recruiting. I mean, at least they admit that. Invite, present, close, train. You train that person to invite. What do they do when they invite? They're presenting something in order to close it. And then they train them to invite. And it's a vicious cycle is what it is.
Our goal is to build as deep as possible and continuously putting people in. That's our goal. The right leaders, what will they do? Next slide.
That looks familiar, my guy. That looks familiar. What does that look like to y'all? What is that? I don't know. Weird.
Walked in here, might have a little bit of money. There's people in the room today, walked in here, this is their bread and butter. There's people that walked in here today that are doing this for fun. There's people that walked in today that are doing
all about showing the plan. So if I asked you guys right now, how many times a week do people see the information from you?
Work like you're broke. Most of the people in this company are broke, so most people in MLMs in general. So they don't got to act. But also, if you're working, you should be making money, not losing money.
How many times a week does your organization share the information with new people? Ask yourself that. See, I never look at the volume of a business, the sales volume, to see how successful the business is. I never look at that. I look at how many people in the business can do what I do, and I understand if I have a lot of people that can do what I do, we're gonna make a lot of money. It's just a matter of time. I'm gonna develop people with skills that can go out there and apply them every single day. Is that making sense? Okay, so how do we elevate this business? How? We need more people seeing the information.
We need more people to see the information so that you can recruit them. Literally, that's all it is. You're just like, recruit more people. Y'all, you don't have to have a big event and have a dinner cruise cosplay as a yacht to just tell people to recruit more people. You don't have to do that, you guys. I don't know if you know this, but you don't have to do that.
Meetings in their local city. That's great. You're done. Brand new, just joined iGenius. Let's say I had no one in my team. Brand new, okay? Let's say I get 2 to 3 people involved locally. I'm gonna give you a strategy, a game plan, a blueprint, right? 2 to 3 people involved locally. This is how I built a business in over 120 countries around the world. This is how I did it. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. When I joined, I knew no one outside of America. And now I have people in 120 countries. How is that? I started in my local city, and I understood the concept of that. I said, I know I'm not gonna be good when I start. It's gonna take me time to develop the skill, but if I do, this can change everything. I figured that out. So I created this thing in my head at 18 years old called the 20-year vision, where I said I'm gonna do network marketing for 20 years. I've already done 10. Okay? So I'm already halfway through. I said I'm gonna do 20 years of network marketing. And I said to myself, even if I'm the worst person and I have to work a job, 10 years, let's just say, while I'm building my business to start, I was gonna do it. Because I understood if I eventually developed the skill, it could change my life. What do I mean by that? Well, who works a job in here? Probably most people, right? Okay? Your job can pay your bills, right? Gets you by. But how many jobs can give you time and financial freedom? None. Very few. There's a couple on the planet, right? If you're really breaking down, there's a couple, okay? Most people are gonna work a job, what, 30 to 50 years? 30 to 50 years, right? And they'll never have time and financial freedom. You guys all agree with that? So I'm a very logical thinker. Logical, I'm not emotional. I'm very calm, cool, collective at all times. I never get too high, I never get too low. You guys see that with the best athletes in the world, right? They lose the game, no big deal, we'll be back tomorrow. They understand the process. So I created this thing called the 20-year vision, where I was not gonna quit for 20 years. See, I committed to the business. Some of you right now haven't committed, that's why you got no results. When someone tells you no, you're like, man, should I be doing this? There was never that thought because I painted this picture in my head. When someone told me no, I said, hey, no problem, I'm gonna be doing this for the next 20 years. If you ever get interested, let me know. Hey, you might not be interested. Do you have a friend or a family member that you can refer to me that might be interested in what we have going on? There was never a doubt in my mind. I could get a billion no's and never stop the activity. What did you guys just hear for the last 30 minutes?
A billion, really? A billion no's in a row and you would never stop? That's not logical. That's not rational. So that's not smart. That's not good. There's at some point you gotta just be like, you know what? Maybe this ain't it. You gotta be self-aware.
Activity. So you make money. Consistency, compounding your effort will make you money. But most people don't understand the process to success. They think, I do it once and I'm supposed to be rich. It doesn't work like that. How many years does a professional athlete play before they make it to the pros? How many games? How many practices? You think you're gonna join a business in your first day, the whole world's gonna want to join you? It takes time, but I painted this vision for myself so that actions were consistent. So what were the actions? Let's get back to that. I started recruiting people in my local area, okay? A few friends, trying to get a few family members, got a few as customers, right? Started building this little local team. And then I said, okay, as you guys know, I like to break down the numbers of there's 3 types of people that join network marketing businesses. There's 80%ers, there's 15%ers, and there's 5%ers. 80%ers are customers, 15 do it part-time, and 5% are like me that go out there, kick butt, take names, do.
Take this opportunity for granted. And definitely don't take for granted the leadership that's backing you up to be successful.
I thought that his hat was a red flag and I was about to absolutely delete my YouTube channel. That would have been amazing. This video is so long. Y'all want to know how long I've been recording my audio for? 3.5 hours.
Members, my name is Lean Safe. I'm 24 years old, presidential ambassador. Been here for 3.5 years, and I'm a Pisces. I heard you guys believe in zodiac. Cool. So based on that, I want to ask you a question. I can't really see, but show me your hands or make some noise. If you currently are in a painful position in life.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Suarez. I'm 31. I am a Capri Sun. And raise your hands or scream at me like a goat if you're experiencing trauma. Like sharp left, girlfriend. What? Where are you going? I'm a Libra. Raise your hand if you are extremely depressed. Like emotional manipulation to the 10th degree.
I see a lot of hands. I'm with you guys. And still we show up, still every day, we have to put in our best. And let me tell you one thing, a shift in mentality that I had recently is whenever I am going through a painful moment in my life, I get excited because I know that I'm gonna evolve and adapt and I'm gonna come out of this a 10 times stronger, more person. And that's gonna also pay me. I'm gonna have bigger checks, a bigger team, a stronger leader, better skills, right?
She gets excited when she goes through a rough time because she knows that she is going to come out of it a better person and it's going to pay her. The way I interpret that is that she's going to use her trauma or her sadness or whatever as a marketing tool to try to relate to people. That's gross. Don't monetize your trauma, you weirdos.
And not only that, whatever issue I'm going through right now, whatever issue I'm going to go through in the future, I'm gonna pass it like it's nothing. Right? So I celebrate you for your painful days. I celebrate the hurt in you because I know you're gonna come out stronger.
I got a question. What does that have to do with investing? What does that have to do with monetizing your social media? What does that have to do with trading or iGenius? Hey, you're gonna get through it. This too shall pass. So that's the end of the super secret footage I have. But let's remember what was advertised? What was promoted? Did they go over trading? No. Did they go over NFTs or crypto? No, not really. Did they go over how to work with brands, how to monetize your social media, how to work with your network? No. Was it a yacht party? It was a big boat, but that wasn't a yacht. That was a ferry. Let's be honest. Those dinner cruise ships are ferry with a dress on, okay? It was a ferry. They're literally set up the same. It was not a yacht party. All of it was lies. And it was just a way to pitch people and pull them in with dreams and opportunity and emotion, and then pitch them the solution to their problems. That is so bad and cringy and just so deceptive. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you follow over on Facebook. So if you made it this far, you are so spicy. Congratulations. I appreciate you. Anyways, like, subscribe, comment, all that. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.